Hey guys, today I want to talk to you a little bit about door hangers and the best way to get those things out. Now, I've been doing door hangers for about 22 years now, and I first learned about this down in Florida. They work really well down there, but then what happened was it seemed like everybody and their brother was doing them, and so then they were less effective. What I found in the northern climate up here in Wisconsin and the areas up here where we work, this is not common to get these things on your door up here. Okay, that trend was like a southern trend apparently, and I don't get them on my door. Nobody gets them. If you do get one on your door, believe me, you take the time and you read it. That's one of the reasons we still use these door hangers. They're very inexpensive to have made. This is our latest one. See if you can take a look at that one, and I'll show you all of these. But what I do, you guys, and you don't have to do what I'm doing, but I've done this long enough to know what works and what doesn't work, and I want to teach you the best way to do them. And the reason I want to teach you that is because I struggled for years just walking from door to door to door, putting these things out, which was ridiculous. It took forever. Return rate. I know that question is going to come. Your return on investment. You can expect 0.5%. That's no joke. 0.5% to 1%. One day you might get 5 calls. One day you might not get any calls. So it really depends on, this is a numbers game. This is how many of them can you get out. And it's almost like cold calling, like if you're calling people, you know, and asking them if they'd like your service. Well, this is on their door. So these particular ones I'm talking about are for the mosquito police, for a business. And we have different ones for different times of the year. So this might be one where, you know, during the middle of the year when these type of bugs come out, we're going to focus on that, okay? The back side of this one's going to be set up maybe for our, you know, the different insects that we take care of. Okay, now, and what I have my guys do, when my guys are out spraying, they will use these to upsell the clients as well. They will put these on the doors. Hey, if it's that time of year where the black flies are really coming out, you know, this is the time of year when you want to market to those people. You don't want to market to them about pesky black flies if there's no black flies around. The time to market to them people is when it's going on, okay? If there's an ant infestation, that's when you want to market to them. This is for ladybugs. We get these Asian beetles, and same thing. This is it. We get them in the fall. So when does this go out? It goes out in the fall, right? Again, the back, pretty generic, shows everything that we have. All right, and you do them at that time of year. So this is one of our old ones from last year. This is just for mosquito work. All right, and give you an idea what it kind of goes to a couple different things. You know, on this one here, our motto is spray your lawn, not your kids, right? Okay, that's one part of it. And the other one, when you flip to the back side, a lot of talk about the pets, right? Picture of the dog on here. And this is Jerry Lee, by the way. He was my dog, and we lost him to Lyme's disease. And here's the second dog that I lost to Lyme's disease. Another one was named Rusty. He was a beautiful dog, too. This is the new one that we came out with this year. I'll show you this side of it. All right. And then, and you guys can pause this and go back and look at it if you want or whatever. But we try something different all the time. We don't want to use the same thing over and over again. The only thing that stays the same on these things is your logo. Keep your branding the same all the time as you're putting those things out. You'll find that that helps you build your brand, right? Don't change that up. Try to keep it as close as you can to your original. So, putting these out real quick. We used to take these things and we'd drive up, and we still do sometimes. We'll take them and we'll just stick them in the door jamb, right where the, you know, the door meets the jamb, obviously, door jamb, hence, see what he did there? And you slide this thing right in there and then you boogie on out of there, right? So one thing that I found that seems to be a little more effective is sometimes it's hard to get them to stick in those door jambs, and you spend a little time doing it, versus these bags with the holes in them, right, for the actual doorknob. We stick them in here, so now you don't have to open that screen door. You can take these and put them right on the outside of the door, right? Stick them on the knob, and you're done. So an example, if I were to come over here, and this was the outside of the house right here, right? I don't have to open up the screen door to get to the regular door to put my card in, right? You know, what I can do is I can just take this, drape it over that, and I'm moving down the road, right? Everything is about speed, and that's why I want to talk to you in the video about what's the best way to do it, and we're going to get to that real quick. But I wanted to go over the purpose of these first to make sure you understand why they still work. One of the reasons that these things still work are everybody's going to the internet, right? Everybody's on Facebook, everybody's paying them, pay-per-click advertising, all those kind of things. They're sending their money over there. And for good reason, it does work. It does get, the same thing is happening to that as what this used to be down in Florida. It's getting so saturated with one ad after another. I'm just sick of watching these ads. That seems like that's all you do on there, you know? So the reason these are better, when they come up and they walk up to their house and they walk up to the door, this thing is on the door. I'm not competing with 7 other companies. I'm competing right here myself. That's it. And I have their attention because, again, like I said, it's not saturated up north. If it's not saturated where you are, you should be doing this because you can place this on this door and you definitely can generate customers, and a lot of them with this. So now you have better targeted control. What do I mean by better targeted control? Okay, how do I do this? All right, so you have an area that you're working in, okay? If I want to focus, I already have a customer, say, on this street right here. I want to put 100 of these out right in the neighborhood of that street. Every one of his neighbors, I want to be getting them within a mile. You know, I might put out 50, I might put out 100, whatever it is. When you get one on the street, you need to come in there, try to own that street, right? Here's why you want to do that. You want density. Here's a prime example of density. Take a look at this. So let's just say this is one. We got one customer on this street. If I pull up there and I spray them and I make the money from him, that's fine, but it took me 10 minutes to get here, 10 minutes to do the job, and 10 minutes to get to the next job, right? I could burn up a half an hour here. Versus, if I marketed correctly to this neighborhood, I might have one here, might skip a house or two, then I got another one, skip maybe 3 houses, then I got another one. All of a sudden, I'm making bank. It's just like bam, 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 bam. That's why you want density. Right there is why you want density. Instead, I'm just going to use just a hypothetical situation. Let's say I make 50 bucks on every treatment, right? I'd rather drive to that neighborhood and spray 3 properties before I leave that street than to drive there and spray 1, right? Who wouldn't want to make 150 bucks instead of 50 bucks, right? This is how you get density. Add in that neighborhood. As soon as you get in that neighborhood, market to that neighborhood. Have your techs do this. When they're out spraying, have them right in the van next to them. Say, look, before you leave, you're going to do a 10 round or a 20 round in your neighborhood, okay? And that means go get, say if it's 20 round. Go get 10 houses in that direction. Go get 10 houses in that direction. Get back to your van, get in it, get down the road, okay? All right, it's a different crowd. You're separating yourself from that whole Facebook and the whole Google and all that crap. You're separating yourself from them. Like I said, when they come up, you have their attention. When they pull this up for a few seconds, you're not competing with 1,700 junk mails that they're throwing in the garbage. At the very least, they're going to take this, walk all the way to the house, actually read it, and if they don't want it, they'll throw it in the garbage. But at least I had their attention for a few seconds, and they might not want it today, but they might take it later, right? All right, when you do internet marketing and you're on Facebook, let's say, and they see your ad, well, they maybe didn't want your service today, but what happens a couple weeks later when they're out grilling on their deck and all of a sudden they need your service, right? Mosquitoes are eating them alive. They're like, who is that one that I saw on Facebook? They have no freaking idea. However, they may have taken this and put it up by the fridge or in their garage or something, knowing that they might need this come summertime, right? All benefits to using these door hangers. We get them made from a company called Lady Printing, and they're relatively cheap to have done. They really are. I forget, I think it's a couple $100 to have like 5,000 of them made. It's something like that. I mean, the price might have went up a little bit with this crazy Joe Biden stuff that's going on, but whatever, that's that. All right, moving on. We talked about the density and how important that is. The methods, there are methods to put them on. The worst method in the world is walking door to door to door. That is horrible. I hate it, I despise it. You got to find a better way. I found a better way. What I did, this is my ride right here. This baby here, if you pull this out and get the dust off it, pull it up. This is a Segway, it's a 9-bot, right? So I even outfitted my new 9-bot with the 4-wheel drive wheels, I call them. Take a look at those wheels. See that? Pretty sexy. Look at those, baby. Look at the traction on those babies. I feel like a model. I do. I feel like a model up here. Look what I'm doing. I could do that. I could do this. On this side, maybe. But the cool thing with this is I could take this or this, again, with my modeling attitude, I can come over here, go right up by the door, slap it on the door, and give a bye.